Ohio volleyball spanned the globe in the spring. The Bobcats went to Europe and competed in the States. And now anticipation builds for Ryan Theis's 6th season in Athens.
Well, I think spring was long this year. You know, it's when you include 10 days of training before you're allowed to go on a foreign tour. We came back, we took a little bit of time off just because I thought that they would be exhausted. And then 6 more weeks of spring, you know, we had 6 more weeks of winter. So it was a pretty brutal stretch for these guys, and they handled it relatively well. We had to take small breaks here and there. I think I saw improvement in virtually everyone in different areas as individuals.
I think we learned a lot about ourselves this spring. We had to overcome injuries and adversities and losing the seniors. So, I mean, it was a lot of adjustments, but I feel like as time went on, I feel like we really took some big strides to set us in a good position for the fall.
Ohio soaked in the sights of Slovenia and Italy in early March and just completed a run of matches in Ohio and Minnesota.
I think it's just an overall terrific experience. I think the biggest thing it does for team chemistry is not necessarily that, hey, now we all get along better. I think the biggest thing is what we stand for as a program is providing opportunities and giving kids great experiences. And I think that they just appreciate that more. You know, communities were donors towards our ability to go to this. It makes them appreciate that. They wrote postcards and did handwritten notes and emailed donors, community members who have all helped us go on this trip. And so I think it just made them a little bit more appreciative of everything that they have and gave them a terrific experience, which is what I'm after.
The Bobcats opened up their stateside spring in Maumee, Ohio, and won 6 of 7 sets on that day. Ohio swept Findlay and Tiffin, split with IPFW, and lost to Cleveland State in 1 set in the 3rd place match. The Cats split 4 sets in Columbus against Ohio State. They took a hard-fought loss in 5 at Dayton and wrapped up the spring by beating Minnesota Crookston and losing to Minnesota and Wisconsin in Minneapolis. All told, Ohio played 4 teams who were in the NCAA tournament last year. The Gophers advanced to the quarterfinals. The globe-trotting spring helped the Vets fine-tune, and the freshmen took their game to another level.
If I had to pick 3 kids that I thought had a pretty good spring, I would probably go Carly, Karin, and Abby. I thought the 3 of them. And it's not uncommon for freshmen to kind of take a lot in and improve. Everybody's doing certain things better. Some of it doesn't show up in box scores. You know, I think Meredith's serve is way better. Chelsea's range is increased offensively. Kelly Lamberti passed terrifically all spring, coming off a fall of passing grades. I mean, her ball control, I think, is better than it's ever been. You know, Karin offensively. You know, just go around the board and you can pick things that kids have gotten significantly better at through the course of this spring, and that should help us in the fall.
I mean, coming in as a freshman and getting a good amount of playing time, you don't have time to necessarily work on things. You're kind of thrown into the environment. And so I really wanted to take this spring and kind of do things that better the team. In fall, it's more kind of what's going to work, what can we make work, and whereas spring we can kind of talk about it, we can work it out, we can figure out kinks, we can figure out what works better for people.
Up next, the season opener in a tournament hosted by the University of Oregon on August the 30th in Eugene. For Sean Fisher, I'm Russ Eisenstein. This is Bobcat TV.